What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with the Wraparound. We're going to be breaking down the NHL action going down on Saturday, January 11th, 2025. If you like this content, make sure you smash that thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. Let me know your NHL picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, including my daily $15 best bet, head to Pickdawgz.com. Click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. Today is a great day to jump on long term because I got a ton of plays on the board, so make sure that you check that out. But we are here to talk about a 15-game NHL card. Sorry, the wraparound got out a little bit late today. It's just been a hectic show, just doing the morning show and then, all the articles and getting the premiums up for you guys. So we're here now. We're going to try to get this in as fast as we can. If you do end up missing the first game, which is the Bruins and Panthers, there are 14 other games for you to make money on today. So we're going to break those down. But you guys know the drill. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's get into it. Our first game comes to us from the Emirates Bank Arena, where the Florida Panthers take on the Boston Bruins. And, just when you think that the Boston Bruins, couldn't, hit rock bottom any harder, well, they go ahead and lose another game. And that losing streak is now at 6 games in a row. And doesn't look like it's going to be ending anytime soon, in my opinion. They can't stop giving up goals, giving up a combined 17 goals in their last 4 games. The Florida Panthers... 19 goals in their last 4 games. The Florida Panthers, they're inconsistent, but the one thing the Bruins have done consistently as of late is lose hockey games. There's no value in backing a team that continues to lose. So give me the Florida Panthers in regulation at minus 130. Now we're going to this matchup between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Ottawa Senators from the PPG Paints Arena. And, you look at the head-to-head history between these two teams, you see a lot of Ottawa. And maybe make you jump on the Sens here. But I would say not so fast. The 3 most recent meetings all came to Ottawa in Ottawa. Now they head back on the road where they've been less effective this season. And the Ottawa Senators, they've lost 4 in a row. They're back out on the road. They had a 1-game reprieve from being on the road before having to head back out for this matchup. And I think the Sens are still just a little bit road weary. They were on like a 9-game road trip surrounding the Christmas break over a month span. The Penguins haven't necessarily played their best hockey, but they've been mighty competitive in a lot of their recent games. They had 3 straight games go to overtime before finally breaking through against the Edmonton Oilers last time out. I'm going to take a shot here on the Penguins here on home ice at minus 105. Now we head to the Key Bank Arena where the Buffalo Sabres take on the Seattle Kraken. And, I have a hard time laying this price with the Buffalo Sabres, but that's why it's only a lean for me here. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the Buffalo Sabres at minus 130. The Seattle Kraken are just so hard to back right now. They've lost 4 straight. They've been outscored by a combined score of 17-9 in those 4 games. They've also lost 8 of their last 10. Goal scoring continues to be an issue for the Seattle Kraken. So I'll lean towards the Buffalo Sabres here on the money line at minus 130. Now we head to the Bell Center where the Montreal Canadiens take on the Dallas Stars. And I was thinking about taking the Dallas Stars at first glance without just looking at the in-depth between these two teams. But, while this is still a hefty price for Dallas, I think the Montreal Canadiens have some value here. Montreal, yes, they're on a back-to-back here. They just played Washington on the road, so they're on a back-to-back with travel. Dallas is the rested team here that's won 6 straight, but Montreal's catching this price where they play their better hockey, 11-7-2 at home, and it's impressive that a lot of their recent wins were coming on the road. So I'm starting to think that maybe they can get the job done here. This is a Montreal team that all of a sudden has gone from a team near the basement of the NHL, and at least in the Eastern Conference, to a team that's now within a point of the final wild card spot in the Eastern Conference at the time this video is being recorded. So I think that the Montreal Canadiens could hold some value here. And I think that we got to take advantage of these prices while we still can, because I don't know how much longer they're going to be here if Montreal keeps playing like this. So give me Montreal here at plus 1.5 and on the money line at plus 185. Now we head to the Prudential Center where the New Jersey Devils take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. And I can't lay this price with New Jersey in their current form. This is a New Jersey team that's lost 5 of their last 6 games. Granted, all those games were on the road. But that's a little bit alarming for me, considering that's where New Jersey was playing their better hockey for the better part of the season. Going into this losing streak, this New Jersey team was 12-4 going into that skid, or 12-5, excuse me. But still, they were playing some really solid hockey, and now, like I said, they've lost 5 of 6. They're taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning team that's won back-to-back games at home. Now they do head back out on the road where they're a below 500 team this season, but head-to-head, Tampa Bay's won 5 straight, 9 of the last 10 meetings between these two. Give me the Tampa Bay Lightning here at plus 125. Now we head to the Wells Fargo Center where the Philadelphia Flyers take on the Anaheim Ducks. And, the Anaheim Ducks, again, a team that we can maybe rely on to maybe provide some value in some spots, but I don't know if I can get it here. Because, even though they've won 4 of their last 7 games, they've started to stumble once again, dropping 3 of 4. The goal scoring is back to being an issue again, and now you take on a Philadelphia Flyers team that you look at their recent losing streak where they've lost 4 straight. They played Dallas, they played Toronto twice, and Vegas. All really good teams. These two teams are almost identical records. Anaheim on the road and Philadelphia at home. So you may say, well, why are we going to lay minus 200? We're not going to. I'm going to take the Flyers to win this one in regulation at minus 135. They won 4 of the last 5 head-to-head with Anaheim, including the first meeting this season just after the Christmas break. Give me the Flyers to win this one in regulation at minus 135. Now we head to the Enterprise Center where the St. Louis Blues take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. And, the St. Louis Blues continue to be one of the more inconsistent teams in the NHL this season. They're on that win 2, lose 2, win 1, lose 1 kind of train. And now you got the Columbus Blue Jackets rolling in. The Blue Jackets have won 3 straight, 6 of 8, and 7 of 10. Playing some great hockey. I know they're on the road now, which is where they've been less effective all season long. But last time they were on the road, they beat the Pittsburgh Penguins. I think we're getting a great price with a team in better form just because, of their road record this season, which I have been known to fade from time to time. But I think that this is a spot where Columbus has some potential to get the job done on the road. So give me Columbus plus 1.5 and on the money line at plus 145. Now we go to the Canada Life Center where the Winnipeg Jets take on the Colorado Avalanche. And this is, another prime matchup here on Saturday's card that don't necessarily have the strongest love for, but the Winnipeg Jets are, back, playing some inconsistent hockey, which is something I didn't think I'd catch myself saying about Winnipeg given their start to the year. But they've lost 4 of their last 5 games. The bulk of those have been at home, which is another, scary thing for the Winnipeg Jets because they were playing really good hockey on home ice. The Colorado Avalanche, they've won 8 of their last 10 games. They're back to their winning ways after routing the Minnesota Wild on the road. They're 14-8 on the road this season are the Colorado Avalanche. And I think that we're getting a good price with Colorado. I think that, Winnipeg at home is tough to pass up a good price with, but I think it's this price for a reason. Give me the Avalanche here at minus 110. Now we head to the Scotiabank Arena where the Toronto Maple Leafs take on the Vancouver Canucks. And the Vancouver Canucks just can't stop getting in their own way. I mean, this is a team that has now lost 4 straight, 8 of their last 10. They've been averaging about 1.25 goals per game over the course of this 4-game losing streak. Now you head to Toronto where the Maple Leafs have played their better hockey this season. They've won 17 of their 24 home games this season. And historically, between these two teams, home ice has been dominant. And I mean dominant. 27-3 in the last 30 meetings is the home team between these two. Vancouver just 2-14 in their last 16 trips to Toronto. I'm taking the Maple Leafs to win this one in regulation at minus 130. Now we head to the United Center for a matchup between the Chicago Blackhawks and the Edmonton Oilers, and this price has even swelled up even further since the slide and the graphics for this slide were done. It's closer to minus 400 now. And there's just nowhere for me to go with that with the Edmonton Oilers. Don't want to lay minus 2.5, even though it's probably where this thing could end up going. What I think is the better play here to get you a reasonable price and reasonable return is to take the over 6.5. It's not one I'm rushing to the window to bet, but I think that either way, whether this is a competitive game or it ends up being a blowout, I think we're going to see some goals. The first meeting this season back in October saw Chicago win by a final score of 5-2. And a lot of the recent games for Chicago, when they're losing big. They're giving up a ton of goals. They have given up at least 4 goals in 7 of their last 9 games. All 7 of those games were losses. So give me the over 6.5 and a lean here. Now we head to the Bridgestone Arena for a matchup between the Nashville Predators and the Washington Capitals. Went with the over in the last game. I'm going with the under in this game. These are two teams that, and had some goal scoring issues. Washington, dealing with some inconsistency right now. They've alternated wins and losses in each of their last 10 games. So maybe that means we look at Washington for a side here, but head to head between these two teams, the under has hit in 6 straight meetings. I keep talking about how the Washington Capitals, for me, have one of the more underappreciated goaltending tandems in the NHL with Logan Thompson and Charlie Lindgren. Nashville's been able to hold down the fort defensively and on their own. Sometimes it's been goal scoring that can sometimes be a problem for this team. So give me the under 6 between the Nashville Predators and the Washington Capitals. Now we head to the Delta Center where the Utah Hockey Club take on the New York Islanders, and I just can't get there at this price with the Utah Hockey Club on a back-to-back. Given everything they could handle by the San Jose Sharks, they had to come from behind against the San Jose Sharks on Friday night. And, the New York Islanders, they're ready, waiting, and rested for this one. They're coming off of back-to-back road wins over some decent teams like Boston and shutting out the Vegas Golden Knights in Vegas, which does not happen often. So I'm going to take the New York Islanders here at even money. Like I said, I just think that this Utah team right now is just a little bit overpriced, overvalued. So give me the Islanders at this one at even money. Now we head to the Scotiabank Saddledome where the Calgary Flames take on the Los Angeles Kings. And, had this game been played a few days ago in LA, I would have taken the Kings because the home team has dominated in this matchup, and LA has been such a dominant home team as well. And that would make you say, well, that probably means you're taking the Flames here because they're at home, right? Not so much. The LA Kings are still the hotter team of the two in this matchup. They've won 5 straight games. The Calgary Flames right now are inconsistent. They've dropped back-to-back home games, which is alarming if you're a Flames fan because at home is the only place where really Calgary's played some good hockey this season. The LA Kings, like I said, they've looked really good in a lot of their recent outings. They've held their last 3 opponents to 1 goal or less. They've won a bunch of 1-goal games in there as well, so maybe no play on a puck line here, but I'll roll with the Kings on the money line here at minus 135. Now we're going to the SAP Center where the San Jose Sharks take on the Minnesota Wild. The San Jose Sharks, coming off of that overtime, or that narrow loss, pardon me, not overtime, but narrow loss to the Utah Hockey Club on Friday. I think that, it's just going to be hard for them to dust it off and get back to work here on a back-to-back against a Minnesota team that is one of the best road teams in the NHL this season. 15-3-3 are the Wild on the road this year. Like I said, it's just hard for me to get there on a back-to-back with San Jose at the best of times. And the Wild, like I said, they are just unrelenting on the road. They've won 3 straight on the road and beat much better than what they're up against here. Beat Carolina, Washington, and Dallas all on the road. So give me the Minnesota Wild to win this one in regulation at minus 120. Our final game on Saturday's card takes us to the T-Mobile Arena where the Vegas Golden Knights take on the New York Rangers. And I wanted to get there with the Rangers considering I thought the Rangers were maybe starting to right the ship a little bit. And then, they come out, they beat the New Jersey Devils the other night, and that's all well and good. But now you're still inconsistent. You still alternated wins and losses in each of your last 6 games, and you got to go to Vegas to take on an angry Golden Knights team that was just shut out at home. That's not something that happens often. The Golden Knights are still 17-5 on home ice this season. Head-to-head between these two teams, the Knights have won the last 2 meetings. I just think this is a spot where the Vegas Golden Knights get the job done. It's not a terrible price for Vegas, not anything too crazy. So give me the Vegas Golden Knights at minus 165 to round things out. That's it. That's all the NHL action for Saturday, January 11th, 2025. If you like this content, make sure you smash that thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. Let me know your NHL picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, including my daily $15 best bet, head to pickdawgz.com. Click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. And remember to use the promo code PICK at checkout for 15% off your purchase. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys soon.